Well, good evening, everyone. It's your man Rico, Rico the pianist, on my page. Here is this. Just want to share a thought with you real quick. There was a lot going on in the last week or so, and it's particular stories that stand out. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, I scratched my chin. But look, thank y'all so much. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Share the stories. I don't mind you reacting to my videos. That's cool too. It brings more eyeballs to my page. Ringo TV, I want to see your reaction, bro. So, uh, what's in the news now as far as Black America is the National Association of Black Journalists. Yeah, that's not on your mind every day. They elected a new female president, Aaron something. I don't know, but all I know is she's not that cute. And she, one of the first orders, I guess, what do you call it? Orders of business was her to directly come out and lambast Stephen A. Smith. And if you saw it on the news, just go and Google the story, damn it. It's there, all on Instagram, TikTok, uh, Facebook, and just regular news outlets, regular traditional news outlets. Well, they decided they took a vote. I never heard of this vote before from the National Association of Black Journalists or National Association of Blowjobs. That's what they are, a bunch of weirdos. And you know what makes up the National Association of Black Journalists. So uh, they voted him the thumbs down award. I had never heard of this award. All of the years I've ever known of the National Association of Blowjobs or Black Journalists, I've never ever heard of this award. I think they said it's about 3 years old, so it's interesting. And so the reason that she gave is she thought she ate at the podium when she talked about it, blah 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 blah, because his historical and current disrespect and attacking of black women. That's what she said. His attacks of black women. Go back and hear the speech. I said, I heard of her speech and hey Ashley Warren, what's up? And so I know it's not the Ashley Warren that I know, but just because if it's the Ashley Warren that I know, there's a bunch of hearts exploding in front of my face. Ooh. So anyway, if it is you, shout out to Grand Fam. If that's you, tell your mom and sister I said, hey, tell Miss Audrey I still love her. Just my friend. But anyway, that's if it's the Ashley Warren that I know. Well, I remember. So anyway, so the National Association of Blowjobs, that chick decided to make her first order of business of putting or lambasting and Stephen A. Smith. And I'm not a fan of Stephen A. Smith. And I don't agree with most of the stuff he talks about because he's over in the sports world, but he's coming over into main commentary now, and he's been making a lot of folks upset. And they want to accuse him of being a conservative when he doesn't kiss Democratic ass, even though he is put on his life insurance policy that he is a Democrat, damn it. But the way he be talking, boy, they have them like giving him the side eye, like, oh no, Stephen, you don't sound like it. You haven't worshipped none of the Michelle Obama, Barack Obama. You haven't hoisted Hillary Clinton on your shoulders. You don't stand up for the LGBT or illegal immigrants. You don't carry your light blue, pink, and white flag for trans. You don't sound very Democrat, Stephen A. Matter of fact, you sound too daggum masculine not to, you sound too masculine. You sound like you have too much of a forceful opinion, Stephen A., for you to swap on cheese and crackers that you are a Democrat, Stephen A. So the Democratic community, Democratic Party, and Democratic black voters and other Democratic liberal white voters, they're looking at Stephen A. kind of cross-eyed. So having said that, I saw the video of the lady went in and she targeted Stephen A. Let me tell y'all exactly what it is. Y'all ready? First of all, Stephen A. has done a lot of targeting of people. But you know who he's targeted? Black men in sports. Stephen A. has built his career off attacking young black men in basketball and in football. That's how he built his career. That's how he got that $100 million contract. Stephen A. said shit like, I want to make my white bosses some money, and I want to get with them and see how I can get some of it. As he scratched his head. Oh yeah, he's definitely that. But you know what Stephen A. has, also, let me go a little further. Stephen A. has always attacked black men, always. National Association of Black Journalists or National Association of Blowjobs. And that woman who was just named the president never had one word to say about that. No one in the black media had anything to say about all these years of Stephen A. Smith purposely attacking and destroying the images of any black male basketball player. So, he got his little podcast started like last year, and he's been off and running. He knocks some things down. He does a pretty good job at how to give him that. Not a slob at his job. He's put the work in. So, Stephen A. is one question I've always wanted to ask him, because Kwame Brown wants to know, Stephen, why were you at them high schools, boy? Why were you going around? Who paid you to go around them colleges, boy? To attack an 18-year-old #1 draft pick in the country. Out for attacking the skills or just attacking him personally, Kwame Brown, and in 2019 was that 2001 #1 draft pick. No one has ever been treated like that. So Kwame let the world know that Stephen A. was going around college. He didn't have a job really. He had gotten fired at some point. And then all of a sudden he was doing this tour. Kwame Brown became his personal target, according to Kwame. And Stephen A. That's how he got back on, attacking black mayors. So Stephen A., why was you at them colleges, boy? So why was you going there talking about beating down an 18-year-old young black man who's the #1 draft pick country from poor beginnings? Brothers in jail, mom's single mom. Y'all know the story that y'all love to tell about black males, and soon they get an NBA contract or NFL contract. Tell us, how poor were you? How destitute? How savage were environments as you were, struggling to play basketball in high school? And tell us how much basketball saved your life and helped you out of poverty. Those are the only stories y'all like to hear about black males when they get in the NBA, NFL. So he fit the bill, Stephen A. So why was you at them colleges, boy? Why were you going to them high schools, boy? So, but one thing that Stephen A. has never done? One thing that he has never done, that lady lied on Stephen A. He has never, ever attacked or said anything side-eye or called out any behaviors of black women, foundational black American women, Haitian black, any black woman, as a group, as a collective, as a whole, or even in general. When Stephen A. got in trouble years ago, when he got that suspension when they were talking about domestic violence, he said women shouldn't put themselves in a position what makes men angry. There was white women that got on his ass. And he was speaking about in general. He wasn't talking about black women. He was saying women in general, women. And they suspended his ass. He ain't been shit since. He came back to ESPN and from Mouse. I ain't gonna say it's nothing else. I'm just gonna stick to what y'all told me to stick to. That is attacking and destroying the contractual value of black NFL and black NBA players. That's what y'all hired me to do, and I'm gonna stick to it. So, Madam President of the National Association of Blowjobs, of National Association of Black Jerk-Offs, you lied on that man. You lied on Stephen A. And then, before he began the process of responding to what you said to him in a very public and large platform at your little gathering at the National Association of Black Judases, he called you. He said, "Hey, why don't you want to come on the show? Let's come on the show. Come on my show and let's talk about your grievances or the accusations that you have towards me." You know what that little cowardly broad did? No, I'd rather have a private conversation. That's what they told us. So wait a minute, ma'am. You gonna go there and throw this man around in the public sphere and all of that. And when he wants like, hey, can we address this? You want to take it to the back room. You want to have it somewhere. Can't nobody hear you to cower down or hear you explain why you did that. You want to take it private, but you accused him publicly. See what I'm talking about? These weird ass feminist liberal weirdos. Talking to folks, them motherfuckers call you, grab you, say, hey, well, let's go out here and talk about it. You want to talk? Oh, no, I said what I said. And so, of course, some of the comments on there, well, why would she do that? He's going to bring them to her platform, his platform, where it won't be a fair platform, fair environment. What the hell do you mean? So it wasn't fair when he wasn't even there to defend himself? You talked about that man behind his back? So, but he said, well, hey, say it to my face. Then you want to talk about it in private? Hell no. Well, I'm saying, weirdos. And so, I want to say this to the National Association of Black Jerk-Offs and Judases. They're just as useless as the NAACP and the Black Congressional Caucus. All these little so-called black organizations that's supposed to be the voices of Foundation of Black America, they have been a fucking letdown. And what do they talk about? What articles, what story they put out? Nothing. They get their talking points, they get their articles, they get their editorial permissions from the Democratic Party. They don't talk about anything that actually moves our race forward. They're all paid by the same sources to keep their mouths closed about real issues. And apparently they all understand you can't say nothing that makes black women look like human beings with flaws. But you get men's ass all day long, National Association of Black Johnsons. Yeah, I said, all this shit falling apart. And I love it. So I want to say to the men there who voted, because see, one thing about black men, they say, y'all, let me catch my breath. Apparently there's such pussies in that organization, the men in that organization. Y'all sit there, y'all actually went along with this. Y'all are pussies for letting her do that. And you are pussies for going along with that nonsense. So all of a sudden, he's the coon, he's the sellout. Because what, y'all accuse him of talking about black women? Let me tell y'all what this is really about. I forgot. Let me tell y'all what this is really about. Y'all ain't gonna believe me because a lot of y'all are snowed in by this nonsense. She's an ugly feminist. Unfortunately, like so many sisters out there, a bunch of ugly, rabid feminists that can't stand. You think a feminist hates men. Feminists are trained to hate black men. And so unless they're gay, or unless they're affiliated with Boule or a black Greek-led organization. If you're and by the way, Stephen A. Smith is an honorary member of Omega Psi Phi, so I guess I told y'all another video. Unless these dudes pledge undergrad and get that wood and go all that quiet on the creek rituals, they don't respect you. They don't respect no honorary fraternity, no grad chapter goddamn fraternity. So remember, their community is based on you pledging and getting that wood and undergrad. Cause I already told y'all, they don't mess with y'all if y'all who pledge, they don't mess with y'all. Unless, unless you went through, went through the burning sands. Oh, hold on, here we go. I want the light to blind me out. So, having said that, again, for the third time, this was about, please like and share, y'all. Y'all know what this is about? It's about this lady using that entire organization, been there for years. She used that organization to seek revenge for Jack Crockett. Yeah, I said it, y'all don't believe it. She used that organization, that whole organization, historical organization, National Association of Black Journalists. She used it as her her personal retaliation tool against Stephen A. because of his commentary. Now, we all had something to say about Jasmine Crockett and her failed campaign, which was riddled with nonsense, miseducation, overblown scenarios. That woman used the reputation of the NABJ to seek revenge for Jasmine Crockett. Because you know what she said? Now, it's funny how, let's say I'm having an argument with a black woman. You know, she talking crazy to me and I call her a bitch. She called me whatever. And then you know what women around her say? You hate black women. Wait a minute, how does it become plural and I'm talking to this one woman? This bitch used an entire organization with a whole history to seek revenge against Stephen A. And I don't like that. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Stephen A., but I don't like that. You know, y'all want to label somebody coons and all that. And we go National Association of Black Journalists that are coons and water carriers for white supremacy, baboons and bend over the desk ass dudes and dudettes. Bunch of go along and get along. But y'all don't call Stephen A. And you might be right out there, but what you're wrong about is him attacking black women. He doesn't do that. He attacks black men. And so for you, Madam President of the NABJ, to falsely accuse him of attacking black women as a group, a whole, collective, or generally, you a liar, and you owe that man an apology, ma'am. And the Association of Black Journalists, you pussies, the men in there, you pussies, y'all owe him an apology too. Y'all sit there and let that ugly, hard-faced ass get her strong shoulders up there and use your, how old is that damn organization? It's not a new organization, it's been around a while. That was created initially for the protection of black people to have a voice, media, because you know they weren't allowing a lot of black people who were journalists into these what's so-called white media spaces. So you know, like we had to create the HBCUs, they created the NABJ. It's supposed to be something sacred, but y'all let this ignorant, feminist, anti-man bitch use your organization as retaliation, a bully pit against Stephen A. because of his commentary against that awful Jasmine Crockett. One woman. But she gonna make one woman a collective. And y'all sit there and let her do that. They do it all the time. Just like a scenario I just gave. You can be calling one woman a bitch. Oh my God, he hates black women. No, he just hates that woman. Or he doesn't like that woman. Jasmine Crockett is one woman and y'all allowed her to attack this man and say that black women as a group. Have y'all seen his daughters? Get out of here. Get out of here. He made a career choice, that is to join in the fun on attacking black men. Now, let's get on this for that and stay on his ass for that. But to get up here and bring your feminism into NABJ, you ought to be ashamed. And you pussy-ass males that's in that organization, y'all, because I think Mr. Thong in the booty, Colin Martin is also part of the National Association of Black Jerks and Jerk-Offs and Johnsons and Blowjobs. Shocking. So, it wasn't about black women. You sound like, she used that organization to seek revenge for Jasmine Crockett. I know y'all ain't think like that. You have to have your own mind to think like that. You have to not be afraid to think for yourself. In the times we're living in, where they try to force you to think a man can have a monthly period. See, we say, no, he can't. Then they say, oh no, you're being non-inclusive. What do you mean? I'm not gonna include a man who's a man with a wig and call him a woman in my goddamn brain. No, it's not included in that. My thoughts are clear. My thoughts are logical. And I'm telling you, what I saw in her little speech was her sticking up for Jasmine Crockett. If y'all thought that woman actually supposed to win with all the dumb shit she was saying, trying to use black trauma to win an election. And that's the way the Boule and these black Greek folks do. They don't give a shit about, yeah, I guarantee you, none of them read shit about Claude Anderson, Dr. Ben Yakahanan, Brother Ashwa Kwesi that's here and down. They don't know nothing about Egyptian history. They don't know anything about African-centered consciousness. They don't. They just use the history of black trauma to try to shame or guilt white folk in something for themselves personally. Shout out to the leaders of the civil rights, how that shit's going. But anyways, your man, Rico the opinionist. And I will talk to y'all later. Hey, please, if you're in here, please hit that like button. You know, and I want to hear everything you have to say. Go off in the comment section. I appreciate it, but press that like now. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.